All right, I know it's a really like hard time of the year, especially on our weight loss journeys, but honestly, I'm just going to tell you as your friend, as someone who wants you to succeed, that eating one Thanksgiving meal is not going to make you fat or make you gain weight or make or throw you off your journey. In fact, the meal after, if you have leftovers and you take those home and you have it the next day, that's not going to do it either. What's going to make you gain weight and throw away all the progress you've made is overindulging like every single day for the next month. And I know that a lot of people are saying, oh, I'm just going to start over January 1st. And that's an insane thing to say because a lot of damage, take it from someone who has done this a million times, take it from someone who has lost 40, how much have I lost? 40, 45 pounds? And somewhat managed to keep it off, especially right now. Oh, by the way, I did go and weigh in and I was down 0.4. Yeah, I lost the 0.4 I gained last week, which I was kind of like, that's it. But also like, good job me. A loss is a loss. And I did stay on plan. I was extra bloated this week. I don't know why. I think I need to go to the doctor, find out what's going on. But yeah, I was extra bloated and I didn't eat crazy. I didn't. I stayed within my points and I even went to my weeklies. But you know what? A 0.4, it's fine with me. And I know yesterday I was supposed to go to the Friendsgiving thing. I didn't go because she changed the time from 5 to 6:30. And I'm like, that's the middle of the night, girl. I'm not, no, I'm trying to sleep. No thanks. So dodge that bullet, which is the wrong thing to say. But you know, I didn't go, but still I'm happy with myself. But anyways, going back to what a lot of people are scared of or what a lot of people are doing, saying that I'm starting over January 1st, we can do a lot of damage. I'm sure we've all done a lot of damage in 1 month. How much can you gain? How much off track can you go? It's not, January 1st is not some magical day in which your habits are just going to fall into order and the stars are going to align and everything's just going to be fine. It's not. You have to build on that. Yeah, sure, you might go in gung-ho and dedicated and doing all the things for a couple days, but it's just the cycle that keeps repeating every single year. It's not going to be any different this year unless you are different this year, unless you start now, start taking into some accounts, and you're probably start taking yourself into account, and you're probably thinking, well, give me some tips. But girl, I'm telling you right now, there are no tips. I have given tips. Look at my other vlogs. I've given tips on how to stay on plan, on track this year, but I'm telling you right now, nothing's going to work unless you have to do it. You have to want it to work. That's the only way you're going to stay on plan. No one else is going to do it for you because honestly, and this isn't to sound mean or whatever, but no one else cares about your journey. People care, but not to the extent where they're like, oh, that Weight Watcher girl is coming again. Let's make some Weight Watcher friendly foods. No, no one's going to do that. No one's going to make their dishes less just because of you. You have to want to do this plan. You have to want to do it. You have to want it so bad that you're like, I don't care if it's a holiday season. I'm starting now. I'm starting now. I'm doing it now. Yes, it's going to be harder. Yes, there's lots of temptation, lots of good things around. Yes, this is a very emotional time of the year, but I'm going to do what I can. And maybe I'll even have a loss. But the point isn't to have a loss at the end of the month. The point is to get you into gear, to get you into that mindset, to get the habits forming so that come January 1st, you're actually going to stick with it throughout the year. Come January 1st, it's not something you're just going to do for a week or two and then throw it all out the window. So what can you do now? Can you start going to your Weight Watcher meetings? Can you start tracking? Can you start eating right? Can you start saying no to a couple things, but you know what? All right, to another things, and maybe half of that to other things. What is it that's in your power to do now? No one else is going to do it. You have to do it. That is literally the only tip I can give you, because I can give you all the tips and tricks, but once it's actually game time and you're actually in that environment and everything's smelling good and everything's looking good and you're feeling warm and loved and happy, or you're with people that you don't love and don't make you happy and you do want to eat all the tips and tricks go out the window. They go out your mind. It's, yeah, I should probably do that, but I'm absolutely not going to do that. And it's at that moment that you're fighting with yourself, and you have to decide what you want to do. What is it that I'm going to do? What is it that's more important to me? Is it important that I overindulge on this meal? You can, because again, one day is not going to make you gain the weight. But also, is it important to me that I control myself? I have some sort of control on myself. Yes, it's hard, but gosh, you know, it's a fight, it's a struggle. I'm not saying it's easy. And that's one thing that drives me wild about Weight Watchers, is that they say, oh, it's so easy, which on paper it is easy. But when you're there and you've had a food addiction and food problem your whole life, and all these things are there, and you're just like, I'm missing out. And that's the thing, you don't have to miss out. You can have a treat or two, fit it into your plan. You don't have to forget all of your holiday favorites. You can still have some. It's completely depriving yourself altogether that's going to do the damage. Have some, don't have it all. Plan it out, and the rest of the days are regular days. Get your steps in, get your exercise in, track your food, eat the stuff you usually do the other 11 months. You know, you don't, just take a breath and calm down, because yes, this time of the year is very hard, but we don't have to start over on January 1st. You don't have to. That's a crazy wild thing to do, because what damage can you do in a month? So right now, you just have to fight with yourself and say, no, what am I going to do? What promise am I going to make to myself? I need to show up for me. No one else is going to show up for you. And it's sad. Some people might. I'm not saying no one will. Some people might, but a majority of the time, people don't care if you're on a weight loss journey or whatever. They're just, whatever, it is what it is. You have to show up for yourself. Show up for yourself. What does that look like? So yeah, don't freak out. Don't get scared about this time. One Thanksgiving meal won't throw it all out the window. It's what are you doing the other days? That's going to determine. So don't sit here saying, oh, well, I always blah, 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 blah. Not this year. That's crazy. Do you want to spend the rest of your whatever decade you're in, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, like this? Like this is not a way to live. Like, lock in, show up for yourself. No one else is going to do it. Show up for yourself. You have to want it. That's the only tip I can give, is that you have to show up for yourself and do what you need to do in that moment. Yeah, that pie looks good. I don't need to eat the whole thing. Maybe I'll eat half. Maybe I'll eat a bite or two. Again, it's up to you. So don't freak out. 1 or 2 days. You cannot come to me in 3 weeks time or 2 weeks time and say, oh yeah, you know, that Thanksgiving meal made me gain 5 pounds. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It was you overindulging the other days, or not tracking properly, or having a little bite. A little, I mean the entire thing of this and this and this the other days. Stop doing that. If it fits within your points, eat it. If it doesn't, decide if you want to eat it or not. If you do, great, but not every day. So I don't know. But we got this. We got this the rest of the year. No starting over January 1st, starting over right now. So yeah, I think I'm doing good. Minus 0.4. We'll see how next week is. So yeah, that's it. Let me know how you guys are doing. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.